This is Group 16, and we are going to present a counter argument against the topic that information technology is creating better jobs and standards of living for most people in developed countries. To begin with, standard of living can be divided into two sections. The first one, material standard of living, is dictated by the spending power of the country's population, and factors such as GDP dictate this category. On the other hand, non-material standard of living is mainly comprised of the quality of education available to the citizen of a country, the environmental well-being of the country as a whole, political and social freedom, which usually include freedom of speech, and quality of life, are some of the factors part of non-material standard of living. The first factor affecting a country's GDP is the loss of productivity at work.
Email still continues to be a very important resource available for the seamless functioning of any business. According to a survey conducted by the PEW Research Center in 2014, it was found that the majority of the workers today rate the internet as one of the most important tools available at work. However, accessibility to the internet at work comes with its shares of shortcomings. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube prove to be one of the biggest distractions to most individuals, while organizations are currently combating high levels of decreasing employee productivity. An average employee receives a total of 304 emails daily and ends up wasting around 16 minutes in refocusing back to work. According to a recent survey, 1 in every 10 employees waste time on internet distractions, and the US economy loses a total of $65 billion because of this. Therefore, it is important for employers to provide a synergy between use of the internet for work versus personal use, ensuring that the advantages of the internet are beneficial for the company's success. The next topic of discussion is the effect of information technology on overall health and well-being. For example, mobile phones and social media have been found to affect regular sleeping patterns in developed populations. According to research conducted at the Rensselaer Polytechnic, it was found that using electronics with backlit display, such as cell phones, laptops, and tablets, can cause long-term sleeping problems. According to this finding, using an illuminated device 2 hours before going to bed can suppress the release of the chemical melatonin by 22%. Melatonin, as defined by the National Sleep Foundation, is a hormone made by the pineal gland located in the middle section of the brain. As the sun goes down, melatonin is released into the bloodstream, aiding the body to relax and become less alert. Some of the health effects of chronic sleep deprivation include diabetes, obesity, high risk of stroke, and even heart attack. Therefore, it can be concluded that sleep is an essential part in promoting well-being of a population, and constant need to stay on the phones and on social media is hindering this process. The next topic of discussion is the recently phrased concept of the electronic leash. A major effect of this age of constant connectivity is the increased length of the average workday. Based on a survey conducted by a mobile software firm, 50% checked email while in bed and 38% while at the dinner table. Research from the University of Wisconsin points out that those who were constantly linked to work through their cell phones reported a decrease in family satisfaction. Based on this finding, Howard professor Leslie Perlow prescribed a group with predictable time of hours. As a result, job satisfaction of the same group showed a significant jump from 49% to 72%, despite the 11% shrinkage in weekly work hours. Clearly, technology is blurring the line between work and personal life, mostly overshadowing the quality of life of an employee, which directly affects their non-material standard of living.
The next topic discusses the effects of Uber.
Uber is an online transportation network company with operations founded in 2009 and currently operates in 528 cities worldwide. It develops, markets, and operates the Uber software application, which allows consumers to request car transportation or food delivery via the Uber mobile app. It also allows drivers to earn income from delivering food or transporting passengers. Uber drivers use their own personal cars, although drivers can rent a car to drive with Uber. Despite its advantages, Uber has made a massive dent in the taxi industry. For example, taxi companies have experienced a 30% drop in overall trips across the country. This amounts to more than 2 million trips lost from 2012 to 2015. In San Francisco, the largest taxi company, Yellow Cabs, is declaring bankruptcy due to ride-sharing services such as Uber and Lyft. Services like Uber and Lyft are causing the prices of New York City's medallions, which are required to operate Yellow Cabs, to plummet.
I was driving, I would go on a Friday night and I would make like $300-400 for myself. So that's total 5 something. With the lease, I would give the garage, and that was good. I would only go to work like 2 days, make like $1,000 in college is like so much money. But now if I go, the max I can probably make is 200. So now like my profit decreased by $300, so I don't make as much money now. So yeah, Uber has a big impact on Yellow Cab.
The service has drawn the scorn of taxi drivers around the world and has been the target of taxi driver-led protests in New York City, Paris, London, Toronto, Sao Paulo, Rome, Brussels, among other cities.
Hundreds of taxi drivers sounded their displeasure today with Uber blocking traffic and clogging the downtown core to protest the ride-sharing service.
तो गाड़ी तो एक बहुत बड़ी टैक्सी चलाना तो एक बहुत बड़ी कैटेगरी है छोटी चीजों का यहाँ पे लाइसेंस है इधर जो किसी ने गिटार बजाना है उसका लाइसेंस है अगर किसी ने इधर टॉय बेचने है उसका लाइसेंस बंदे की इधर कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इन्वॉल्व है अगर वो बंदा अपनी चीजें बियर नहीं कर रहा अपने बच्चों के लिए लाइक ब्रेड एंड बटर नहीं अर्न कर रहा या दूसरी चीजें नहीं कर रहा तो देन
The next topic discusses the automation in the food industry. With the exponential increase in technology, mankind is progressing at an unprecedented rate. The manufacturing sector is one of the primary sources of employment in developed countries, with more than 15 million jobs being accounted for by the manufacturing sector alone in the United States. As the world of automation grows and workers are being replaced by robots in farming, factories, and even food service, the concern of what to do with this displaced workforce is becoming a leading topic among economics as well as world and business leaders. One of the main businesses that will be hard hit by this wave of automation are the food services. For example, by the end of the year, Wendy's says it will have installed self-serve ordering kiosks in 1,000 of its restaurants. Food service relies heavily on predictable, repetitive tasks that are already possible to automate. COO Robert Wright told investors that the machines, along with other forays into automation, will help reduce labor costs. Majority of the switch to automation for these food chains is being driven by changing regulations in minimum wages. As pointed out by the following video, a minimum $15 wage can result in many unforeseen problems.
Self-service kiosks. Kiosks are already popular in higher-cost European and Asian countries. In 2011, McDonald's ordered 7,000 kiosks to replace full-service employees. Number 2, fewer job opportunities. Over 4 million people in the US are employed at, quote, limited service restaurants. If 1 out of every 4 jobs is automated, that's 1 million fewer job opportunities. Number 3, fewer opportunities for young workers. People who work minimum wage jobs are disproportionately young. 50.4% are ages 16 to 24. 24% are teenagers.
With concepts such as Amazon Go budding in developed cities, the need for any human interaction is ostensibly being eliminated and is being dubbed as the next major job killer, according to the New York Post, which could wipe out about 3.5 million jobs of professions such as cashiers and food retail works. The next topic discusses autonomous vehicles. Automation is also taking over the transportation industry. Self-driving cars are budding as the new reality, with companies such as Google, Audi, and BMW investing heavily in this new age of transportation. However, self-driving cars will impact the transportation job sector. There are a total of 5 million people in the United States who make their living driving taxis, buses, vans, trucks, and e-hauling vehicles. That's almost 3% of the workforce. According to Lawrence Katz, a labor economist at Harvard, with fewer cars in a city, there would be less demand for dealerships and repair shops, leading to an even more job losses. According to Wolf Richter of the Wolf Street blog, the magnitude of the problem created by self-driving car revolution will be breathtaking.
In conclusion, while information technology has helped the human population to reach new heights in innovation, its many drawbacks are also affecting the urban population. Aside from improving lifestyles, is also contributing in deforming quality of life through its effect on health, and as the modern workplace accelerates forward, work is beginning to engulf one's personal and leisure life. With rapid strides being made in technology, automation has directly affected the quality of employment available to the growing populations of the developed nations. Therefore, technology has made our lives easier, but at what price? Most of our daily tasks are slowly being automated, and if no thought is given, we might soon be at the verge of a dystopian human civilization where we have become the machines and are not capable to think or do anything by ourselves. As quoted in a popular comic book, with great power comes great responsibility.